welcome to the Tattered Couch Podcast. I'm your host, Michael, and Mitch is also here.
What up, as always. And today we're going to talk about Gantz. Oh, my bad. Yeah, we're just going to talk about the second half of Gantz. Also, Discord link in the description. Come hang out with us and chill and play games and stuff like that. Also, like, subscribe, all that shit. Follow. It's always good. Leave a comment. Mike, are you aware that the Oblivion Remaster has came out finally?
Yes. They tried to sneak it in.
Yeah, but I say finally because nobody ever really said anything about it. We heard about it for like the past 2 weeks, and they were like, here's a shadow drop. And that's what they did. And they did it right when Expedition 33 fucking dropped too. But Expedition 33 still sold in one day 500,000 copies. So that's pretty legit, even in the shadow of the remaster of Oblivion. So, I would like to talk about those two things today before we talk about Gantz, if that's cool with you.
Supposedly, it's 19 years since Oblivion released?
What was it, 2006?
I guess.
I think
5, I thought.
I don't know. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a very long time. I just
thought they would release it on, like, the 20th anniversary or some shit.
Makes more sense.
One you can make a big deal about, yeah.
I don't know why they, like, shadow dropped it like that. There was no reason to. You could have announced it and, like, everybody would have been like, it would have been the same, but you would have had way more hype and probably sold more. You know what I mean?
I didn't think they had any trouble on that end.
No. But, like, I'm just saying people would have been, like, super hyped up. You know what I mean? Like, ready for it that day. There would have been mass call-offs at all offices throughout the world. Just to play the game.
They did a big final update for Fallout 4 to bring it to next gen. And they just kind of dropped that.
Oh, okay. That's weird. Did they even announce the Fallout 4 one?
No, I don't think so. It was like they did a week or so beforehand, and then they just dropped it for free, which is crazy. Because it was basically like kind of a remaster for the next gen.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter though, because I mean, it didn't even take a day or so before the modders got their hands into it.
Oh yeah,
they're trying to change it back to have the original lighting because it's not as bright and colorful.
Nice,
but
I didn't even think of that.
It's just not bloomy bright. It's still bright. It just looks more like real. You know, it is a gorgeous game.
Well, Shivering Isles gotta look all crazy though.
I know, it's gonna be insane. Like,
they not have that part yet, or what?
Oh no, it's in there. I just haven't gotten to it. That's why I'm saying it's gonna be insane.
It's that, I think it's one of the first quests you get after you exit the sewers. It's like, there's a mysterious door in the Nibbin Bay.
That happens, from what I remember, you have to be at level 10. And then it'll pop up. Like, it'll just randomly pop up on your screen. If I'm remembering right. Because we played Oblivion, last year for the show?
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's gonna look insane. The game feels really good to play. You have a sprint now, and your sprint looks like something that the creators of Fable would have given you, but, I mean, it's still cool. Like, it's just very dramatic, and they're, like, lunged forward. So,
I think
it doesn't look right.
It looks like that.
Yeah, it doesn't look right, but it's still fun. But, like, your character has like, before in Oblivion, you looked, like, stiff as a board when you swung your sword. But now your animation is, like, it looks like you're actually, like, fucking whipping it around and shit. It's pretty fun. Everything, it just feels good to play. Feels really good. Runs really good. But they definitely had to leave them fucking bugs in there, that's for sure. Like, it's bad. Like, textures, like, melt into existence sometimes. It's pretty
probably
crazy.
made new bugs.
Well, I fucking, like, the other day I jumped on for a little bit, and as soon as the screen actually popped up, because, you know, you gotta wait for the screen to pop up first for your start menu, and then you gotta wait forever on one loading screen, and then after that, they're like, alright, we're gonna black screen you for about 3 more minutes, and then you're gonna come into the world, and you're really not gonna wait much after that for anything. But whenever I spawned into the world, like, there is no ground. It's just, I'm looking down into, like, a pit of infiniteness, and then all the textures and the ground, like, magically appears and shit after a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it was strange. But, yeah, really fun game. You remember when you picked, like, mushrooms and shit, and flowers?
Yeah.
So, remember you would just click it, and they would just disappear, right? Well, now they have this new animation where they, like, suck into the air. Like, suck into non-existence. Like an instant transmission looking thing. But it's like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, just run through a field and press A bunch of times.
Yeah, you can still do that. But it'll actually have an animation of it, like, sucking into, like, nothingness. It's just weird. It's cool looking, but it's weird.
Because, if you go to Skingrad, right outside to I think it's to the west entrance, there's like a grape field, and you can just run down the grapevines and just pick a shit ton of grapes.
I've, like, never had grapes in Oblivion. I don't think I ever found grapes. Maybe, like, in a barrel or something randomly.
You probably buy them from the feedback.
I never buy food, though, either. Like, I only make potions out of things I just find.
Like, potions out of food all the time.
Really?
Yeah. If you, like, whenever you pay for a bed, they always give you food. And if you make a potion out of that food, it pays for your bed.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, so I never really, like, take time exploring anymore in games that much, but I did on this one. So, like, probably for about an hour, maybe 2 hours, I just went off into the woods straight out of the sewers and went hunting, like bow hunting for deer and fucking, like, apothecary shit. Like I was saying, nice. Like potion shit. And I was like, dude, this is so much fucking fun. It just, everything feels so good. Like, I started out fist fighting just because I wanted to, like, fist fight a while. And, like, It feels great to just fucking knock somebody's fucking teeth in.
Oh, yeah. I forget what kind of run I did for whenever we did the playthrough, but I've played a Khajiit before and chased down deer, just punching them to death.
The big thing with this right now, since it just came out first day, everybody was showing their monstrosities that they created.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I saw people make, like, handsome Squidward, Shrek and shit, and the Grimace. The Grimace was fucking hilarious. But yeah, everybody's having a great time with that game. I'm not just gonna rush through it or anything. I'm just gonna take my time with it. Because I picked up Expedition 33 also. Both of these games are free on Game Pass if you guys have it. And Expedition 33 is fucking awesome. It's like clearly it's set in France. Like, I'm pretty sure there's the Eiffel Tower, like, exploded in the background, like, of the city that you're in. I think they call the city, like, Loom or some shit. But, yeah, it's essentially about these teams of people that go on these expeditions to try and make it to this, paintress. They call her the paintress. And she's just like this giant ghostly image that paints on this big-ass monolith, like, out in the ocean. It looks like, anyway, because I'm only on the beginning. I only played, like, an hour or two of it. It's like this golden number, and everybody goes there to, like, they'll go to the harbor every year to see what she fucking what number she paints. So all these expeditioners have to try and get to her and kill her. That's what they try to do year after year after year. And it's always a random number and it counts down. Like it started at like, I think 80 something. And then it went down to like 74, then 71, and like just random going down. So everybody gathers at this harbor with like red and white flowers around their necks. Because whatever that number is painted, whatever number that is, everybody, when that thing shows up, everybody of that age or higher, I think it is, just like, essentially Endgame, or not Endgame, Infinity War, where everybody's just like disappearing. Everybody just like turns into fucking dust and flower petals. That's of that age, and they're just and they just die, like they're gone. And so the next one, so every year this like the expedition thing or whatever, recruit more and more people, but it's getting less and less to go out and kill this woman. It's a turn-based game. The fights are epic. You can parry, you can dodge, you can time hit for like more attacks. Like a prompt will pop up like an A, so you just tap the A whenever it pops up. Or whenever you think they're swinging in on you, you just hit like RB to parry or B to dodge. So it's like Paper Mario in the interactive turn-based way, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, the game.
I was playing Mario and Luigi. They have the same thing. I really enjoy those style of games.
Yeah, and this one's just it's fucking gorgeous. Looks really realistic. I sent you those pictures, so it's sick, dude. It's a fucking sweet ass game. I can't wait to play more of it. How'd you like?
Yeah, whenever I seen it, your character was like partly in the shadows, and it looked like they had a purple suit. I was like, why are you like a pimp accountant?
Yeah. So here's the thing. Remember how it looked blue in the next picture, right?
Yeah.
Well, after you sent me that, I got to the part where everybody disappears, like at the start of the game, like all of his people and shit. Fucking, so they suit you up now because you're gonna lead with this other with these people. You're gonna do an expedition. Like it's your turn to go out. You don't have to, even if like you're selected. You don't have to. You can choose to stay and live your life. But like say like the number painted down was 33. If you're 32, you might as well go on the expedition because you are going to die the next year if this expedition doesn't land it. So really, you don't like you only have a year left. So it's like, you can either try to change the world and not die like that, or you could sit there and just wait a year and probably die. You know what I mean? So like, but if you're like, 15 and the number was like 33, you would stay in. Like, obviously you're an adult, so you wouldn't go out anyway, but like, I'm just saying. But so some people decide to stay and live some of their lives. Like one girl like left the group before like all this happened. They just tell it to you in backstory and shit. But anyway, about that suit, they suit you up, and you're in a black and gold like sweet ass fucking jacket, and underneath it looks like it's now purple instead of blue. So now you're just like this fucking like Lakers pimp looking dude. You don't really look like a pimp, but you look badass with pimp colors. But it's mainly black and more like accents of purple and gold. Pretty cool. But yeah.
Like Spyro colors to me.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture, but it's pretty sick.
If it's more purple than gold, it's Spyro. If it's more gold than purple, it's Lakers.
Well, you can only see the purple vest. Everything else is black and gold. So you only see like a little part of the vest, and then just yeah. But I love whenever people do like black and gold shit for like outfits and stuff. Which I'll say you can get outfits and like hairstyles and shit. So there's a little bit of customization to it. I don't know how much or how many outfits or hairstyles or anything, but at least you can do that.
I'm the classic Sonic the Hedgehog, or Shadow the Hedgehog, the red and black.
Hell yeah, brother. You might be able to do that, How was Mario? Before we jump into Gantz, how was it? Which one are you playing, by the way?
I think it's the second one.
Is it Bowser's Inside Story?
No.
Dream Team.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Sick. That was also on the Game Boy Advance, I think. But I could be wrong.
This is the one I didn't play. I played one that was like about beans, and then Bowser's Inside Story, and I thought I played another one. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to play some of those games for the show, along with some more Paper Marios. In fact, I don't even think we've done a Paper Mario yet, have we?
Maybe not.
I don't think
that
so.
should be the game we beat today.
Yeah, fucking right.
Well, it's the original, bro. We can do it.
Well, it's like Link's Awakening, and you're like, oh, well, I have an evening. It's like, I can't beat that in an evening. That's a long fucking ways. I don't know about the original, but the fucking newer one is definitely long.
Metroid 2.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that. I can't beat a Metroid game because I get pissed. Because if I get lost and then I die, then I have no idea where the fuck I am. I can never find my way through a fucking Metroid game. I always make it like halfway, 3/4 of the way through, and then I get totally fucking like turned around. I can't tell you.
You did that in Dread and Prime?
I did that in Dread. I did that in Prime. I did that in Samus 2. I did that in, I think, Super Metroid at one point. Yeah. Every fucking time.
Did you actually beat Super Metroid?
What is it?
Did you beat Super Metroid?
I've never beaten a Metroid game. Because that shit always fucking happens. I want to. I want to do it. I just get so frustrated. You know?
It's got focus, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do it. And I have to at least finish Dread, because that game's fucking awesome. And I have to finish 3DS, Samus Returns, because I love the fucking combat in that game. Like a lot.
I have to finish the, the Switch, remake of the Prime game. And I can't wait for 2 and 3 to come out.
What if they just don't?
I've seen that online as a possibility.
Well, I mean, 4 is coming for the past, 8 years. 4 is coming. But, it'll probably be on Switch 2 now.
Yeah, that's actually true. So they will never come to Switch.
Yeah. We'll figure it out, though. We gonna play them games. And I'm not gonna beat it, and you are. Alright, you ready to talk about Gantz? It's gonna be episodes 14, I believe, to 26. Because we did 1 through 13 before. So, let's pop it. Alright. Episode 14. You're gonna have to help me out with this, man, because a lot of shit happened in this really fast. Like, constantly.
Oh, yeah. That was more towards the end, though.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so if you haven't listened to the first Gantz episode, go back and listen to that, because we're just kicking it off going straight in. Alright. Episode 14. Goodbye. Kato and his brother leave their aunt and move to an apartment. Ki grows tired of Kishimoto constantly talking about Kato and confronts her about it. Kishimoto feels guilty and leaves his apartment. Tetsu returns home, where his wife tells him he has been fired at work and she is suspicious that he may be having an affair. Frustrated, he goes out to buy some milk for their baby and runs into the gang who killed him and his friends. He gets furious, and in his anger, he mentions Gantz. Because uttering that name outside the game is forbidden, Tetsu's head explodes. I didn't know that, and I was wondering why his head just fucking popped.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was... Yeah, when that happened, because I fucking loved that character, too. That's like the lamest fucking way for him to die, if that's the whole reason.
Yeah, the kid, the sadistic middle schooler said it, that you can't talk about Gantz.
Oh, okay. Yeah, weren't they like fighting, or they were about to fight somebody or something, and then his fucking his head just explodes, right?
He like charges towards him or some shit. Trying to avenge his friends or whatever. And he's like, for some reason, he yells out to Gantz, and then Gantz kills him.
Yeah. Oh, thing to mention though, this synopsis says season 2 starts with episode 14, so we fucked up, but actually did it right. If this is like true, because Crunchyroll puts it all as one season for some reason.
Yeah.
So if this is actually true, there you go. We're doing this right. But basically everything that happens in this episode is just like a lot of shit happening after this past game that they were in. So, yeah, that's just why it just seems like a list of things I'm reading off to everybody. But yeah, Ki gets pissed off at Kishimoto for always talking about Kato. That's like a whole big thing. Isn't that the one where she tells him that she really does like him and then goes, I think you're just a great person? And he's just like, fuck you. Yeah, pretty much everything in this show actually does go by. Like, shit just happens. It's crazy.
Yeah, she's like, I really do like you, you're a great guy, but, it's like talking about how special Kaito is the whole time.
Was it also in this episode where he had the dream that he was fucking her? Or was that?
I think that's after she leaves, yeah.
Oh, okay. Episode 15, Go Fast. Kishimoto is a homeless. Is homeless. I was thinking about you always. Every time I see the word homeless, I always say a homeless.
Oh.
Kishimoto is homeless, and Ki starts regretting what he said to her. He pulls on his suit and screams for Gantz to take him back. He appears in the room with 9 new people and realizes that Tetsu is dead. Jealous of Kato, Ki goes into the side room and cries. A woman called Sakurakawa, I don't fucking know, follows him, confronts him, and asks if there's anything she can do to help. And Ki's just straightforward. All of a sudden, he just, you want fuck? Which she agrees to. The globe tells them to kill 2 aliens, both of whom appear to be temple guards. Kishimoto catches Sakurakawa and Ki having sex, but they carry on regardless as the rest of the group suits up. Yeah, he's just back there just fucking ganking her, and Ki comes back the stairs and then runs away, and then nobody says anything, and then when Kato comes back, or what's his name? Yeah, Kato, whenever he comes back there, they're like in their suits, and, like nothing happened. And like, she never says anything.
At some point, he's like, I'm so happy for the 2 of you.
Yeah, at some point. I actually really liked her character too. But we'll get to that one. Yeah, and it's like the weirdest thing too, because he's like resting on her back while just fucking her doggy with like a leg up on what is that, like a filing cabinet?
It was like an end table or some shit.
Yeah,
it's been sitting there for a while.
Clearly, because nobody fucking uses anything in that room.
Oh, we've seen that hallway before. It is weird. There's a hallway to the bathroom. I guess it's because you have to get changed.
You think it's weird for a hallway to a bathroom?
It's weird, like, how you can't interact with anything in the Gantz room. Like, the latches on the windows or even the walls, they said they couldn't touch. But there's this one door you can interact with and it goes to a bathroom. It's like, it was nice enough to do that for you.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I do like you guys getting killed, crazy shit like that, and killing each other, but, like, don't fucking shit on my floor. It's like, essentially.
Have some privacy, too, if you want. That's like the room where everybody gets raped in, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's just like the fucking hall.
Yeah. No.
With a bathroom for when you're done. Nice.
Get washed up.
Episode 16. It's me! Everyone puts on their suit. As they are beamed out one by one, Kishimoto notices they have 1.5 hours instead of just 1. 4 players attempt to go home until one of them dies instantly, and Kato saves the rest. A man, Kajimura Ryuji, and teenager, Muroto Hajime, look through the X-gun and see that the 2 giant statues at the temple entrance have bones. Ki smashes the door, and the statues come to life, enraged. Oh, yeah.
This series of episodes is insane.
Yeah, this is like the calm before the storm. Like, pretty much nothing happens in this episode except for finding out that the statues are the fucking aliens. Also, there's like people walking around all over the fucking place that... Are those people dead? No, they can't be dead. They're still alive somehow.
The teacher's there.
Yeah, but but the place that they're in now is where they see the fucking two crazy ass fucking, the two crazy people beating up the hobo. It's not in this episode, but they are there, and they end up dying there. Like, so all this shit just happens around them. I don't know. It's weird.
No, they die afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd introduce, fuck. There's a monk there. The beginning of the episode, while they're in the room before they get teleported, they're like, he's like, thinks it's the afterlife, and like, chanting and shit, and trying to get everybody else to chant, and there's like, was it a dude in a furry coat that's like a gangster or some shit?
Yeah. I think isn't he like a Yakuza or some shit like that?
Forget exactly.
But the monk is basically stirring up a whole big ass deal, saying that, what is it? Key doesn't know what he's talking about. And, is it Key or K? We call him K, right? K, yeah. Basically trying to convince everybody not to listen to K. Because there's no way none of this is real, and he won't kill anything or anybody because he's a monk. And he's just going to make it out alive and let everybody else do all the work. Is essentially what this monk does.
Like, he's a demon. He's trying to lead you down the path of unrighteousness.
Right. Episode 17. This is where we meet the two dickheads. Is it okay to shoot them? Kay tries to shoot one of the aliens to no avail. By the way, these two statues are like the size of buildings, and one's red and one's green, and they're like classic, like fucking demon statue looking things with like eyes that go in opposite directions, so they look kind of retarded.
Yeah, I don't know why they give them fucking goofy eyes.
Yeah. During the fight, one of the players, a Buddhist priest, dies. He gets stepped on and just straight like melts into the ground.
No, it's like the one statue's putting his hand down. And they're like, let's save him. They start shooting the thing, and the giant stops, turns around. And he's like, oh, my prayers have saved the dead.
Yeah, he just
like
fucking steps on him. All you just see is just like this puddle of blood. The homeless man that Kei and Kato saved at the subway wanders his way into the temple. Mirafuji, a slightly geeky young man, starts shooting at random, not caring who he hits. The green alien knocks Kato down, and Kishimoto moves in to protect him. In the end, Kei kills it at the same time as some hobo hunters kill the homeless man. So, there's like these two dickheads. One's like a kid, one is an adult. And they're psychopaths, and they just like to kill. They just like to kill, so they like run around beating hobos and chasing them down with bats.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
I've heard true stories about people who do this.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. The only other time I saw like an obsession with like media with doing that was in the Purge movies. They would just like run out and just fucking beat somebody to death just because. Well, of course, that's like what the movie's about. But anyway, and not like it's these aliens, since they're so big, they're not like the other aliens where they just shoot them once and their arm or head blows off. Like they got to blow off chunks of these things, and it like chunks into bone, and there's bone there. It's like fucking crazy looking. Yeah.
And for some reason, like they'll just stop moving and they'll just start staring at them. And it gives them like a few openings to do some shit, but they have really a lot of trouble hitting the things. They're like jumping all over the place and shit. And there's this fucking crazy dude that they keep calling an otaku for some reason. He's like all in military gear or like camouflage, and he's just like, yeah, fucking blasting at them and shit.
Yeah, he has double, like, assault rifle. Well, they're not assault rifles, but these two huge versions of the pistol. He's just like, pew, 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 pew. He's like, fuck yeah! America! And that is, like, the only thing that dude does that in this entire show.
Yeah.
Like,
but they got they finally get one of their legs, the green one's legs. Kay like starts going fucking crazy for some reason. He like slides underneath of him, starts blasting at him, fucking gets one of the legs. And then he gets both legs after a while, because it's like hobbling around, but still making it. And then he gets it, it falls over after he blows both of its arms off. And he just like, cool guy walks away from it, and it falls like, and he lands right between its shoulder and its head, and he just like points the gun at its head, and boom.
yeah, like he basically just turns into Rambo, or like a super soldier, essentially. Like, remember any awesome scene? Yeah, remember any awesome scene in Halo of Master Chief doing crazy fucking shit? And that is what he does. Like, that's just what it's like. Okay, I do have one singular problem with this show, and it was in this line of crazy episodes that, like, it occurred to me. So many times in these episodes going forward are just questioning, should we shoot? Or should we not shoot? All while watching these giant statue aliens kill everybody, and Key running for his fucking life trying to do something, and nobody is fucking helping him. Like, nobody.
Well, they don't really seem to do anything, do they?
No.
Did they kill somebody first?
No,
statues?
Well, they eventually fucking start helping him with the second statue, but it's basically just they stand in a line while Key runs around, and that fucking sniper dude. Yeah, because there's this fucking sweet-ass sniper guy that joins him this time. And he's on a roof just, like, popping shots on him and shit.
Yeah, the red one almost kicks their ass, and then he snipes it.
Yeah. But, yeah, basically they just form a line and just blast randomly, and Key and the sniper are doing, like, all the fucking work.
Yeah.
And
I don't know why they can't aim worth a shit.
Well, it's not even just that. It's not even just in this one. They do it in the thing when they fight the stat. We'll get to it. I'll talk about it. But it is like, this is my only problem with the show. The show does not make sense at all, and I love it. But the times when it needs to make sense, it just doesn't. Like, it's just kind of like, well, are we just building plot here, and that's why we're not letting our characters do shit? I don't know. Or like, hey, we're running, this is our last season, we're gonna do this. Let's just make everybody die. Episode 18, welcome back. Meanwhile, while all this is happening, you still keep on getting shots of the homeless dude getting chased out and beaten to death. So, yeah, that's like...
Yeah, this series of episodes, or solo leveling made me think of the series of episodes because of the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Statues. Episode 18, welcome back. The team goes after the red statue who appears to be significantly more powerful. It grabs Kay and tries to crush him, but a sniper on the roof kills it and saves him. Murafuji blasts away at the dead alien, laughing as he does so. And he's the crazy, like, Ataki dude. And the team regards him with disgust. Sakuraka asks Kei if he will go out with her once they are back. With a quick glance of Kishimoto, he agrees somewhat unenthusiastically. Meanwhile, two members of the team leave the temple and see another small statue jump down from a rooftop. Then many more statues begin to emerge. So, this is where we have this black belt dude. You know what? It'll be in the next episode. Basically, all this shit that was said is all that happens. So
yeah, there's like some dude. This is early CG 3D animation stuff.
I like it.
I don't know.
I like it because they tried. It feels old, and I like it. It's like Tremors. You know what I mean? Like, this is just wild as fuck, and it looks like shit, but this is just fun.
Tremors is real, and it doesn't look like shit.
Yeah, you just totally can't see, like, the rubber fake head just bouncing around after they...
You don't notice all the other stuff.
Well, Every time it comes out of the ground, it looks like it looks like the earth just caves in instead of busting out.
You know
like
that
they just
scene,
pulled it.
You know that scene where they drop the gun on the ground and the camera swirls around and the tremor pops out of the wall?
Yeah.
That's a miniature.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
See?
That's badass.
Not all of it is trash looking. Some of it's seamless.
The parts that are not seamless are the ones you see the most, though.
It happened.
Yeah. No, I love it, though. I love it. It's all good fun. Yeah, there's
not
really...
like the fart aliens.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, pretty much everything I read for that episode, there's really nothing much to say about it, like, at all. That's exactly what happens. Episode...
Yeah, like, sends out of the sky and, like, confronts those two guys, and they're like, should we get help or what?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think?
Yeah, there's a bunch of, like, gray little statues, and they all have to, like, fight these things.
Yeah, in the next episode, they, do you want to just do it?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Episode 19, What the Hell Is This? While the team fights off the smaller statues, a colossal Buddha statue, Daibutsu, I don't know, I guess it's telling me the right word for it, emerges from the temple. Huh?
I don't know how to name. Maybe that's just the name of the statue.
Yeah, it's either that or it's just the name for that specific type of thing in Japan. I don't know.
Yeah.
Emerges from the temple building. The team attempts to shoot it, but their bullets have little effect. Without warning, a woman, who Kei identifies as his teacher, and a man appear and inadvertently step right into the path of the Daibutsu. Yeah, I guess that is what it's called. The players work to stop the statue's foot from crushing the pair, who eventually leaves. Kei shoots the statue in the head, leaving a gaping hole. He then proceeds to launch himself inside, killing it eternally. Yeah, he, like, went inside the statue and, like, killed it from the inside out.
Yeah. That was, like, the whole episode.
Yeah, and when it crashes on the ground, he crawls out of his mouth.
Knocks the tooth out.
Yeah.
But, they are killing all the little statues. Like, just like nothing. The karate dude's like just bare hands beating them, and everybody else is just like fighting them and shit and shooting them. And there's one that's really fast that they have trouble with.
It like chops somebody up, right? Pretty sure somebody dies.
Maybe.
Might be in the next episode.
But then there's this guy, this one that's like a demon-looking thing, and it has like a bag or something on its back.
Nope, I'm getting to that one. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's 2 episodes from now. Episode.
Isn't it in this episode? Because the golden statue's dead.
No, it's not. They're talking about that other big one that jumped out of the fucking...
Yeah, the big one is dead.
Yeah, not the gold one, though.
The giant gold one kills the dude I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I was talking about the little gold one that, like... Well, you know.
Yeah.
I thought that's what you were talking about.
There's this... demon-looking one that has this bag holding it on its back. And they're speaking in some language. I don't know if it's just like Japanese.
Or alien.
Or what. Yeah. But it has like this weird like sound effect over it and shit.
We'll call it
Japalian. You can't exactly say what they're saying. Yeah. Japalian.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's like clearly it has its legs blown off and this dude's just like fucking being all sadistic about it. And then like blows it up. And all the blood turns into eyes, and then he's like possessed, and he just walks towards the gold statue, and it fucking picks him up and eats him.
Yeah, that was fucking gnarly. I forgot all about that.
One of my favorite parts of this is whenever Kei shoots the demon or the statue in the face and gets it right in the forehead, and its face changes to that like troll face.
Yeah. The karate dude's like my favorite in this one because he's just beating the fucking piss out of these things, and everybody else is just having such a hard time. Episode 20, Shoot Me. Kato stumbles upon the dead homeless man and breaks down. Kay reminds him that his brother needs him. Meanwhile, Hojo's group stumble upon a much larger group of aliens. They all die during the fight, and Hojo and his stalker spend their last moments together sharing a kiss. One alien shoots acid at Kato, but Kishimoto jumps in front of him and saves him. Alright, here, I'm not going to read all of it until I talk about this. This shit is fucked up. Everybody, the karate dude, they're all inside this fucking little, like, room thing, and all more of these little statues come out. But there's this fucking gold one, and, well, first of all, the stalker and the one dude, it shows them kissing, and then the camera zooms out, and they're just cut in half, and their legs are, like, on the other side of the room, and they're just laying there in half, kissing, and they just die. Now, what is it?
Go ahead.
And the fucking alien has, like, this weird acid vase that he'll just, like, splash, and that's what it's talking about, that Kishimoto jumped in front of Kato to save him. And while she's, like, holding him, and he's holding her, the acid hits her in the back and melts her in half, and he's just left, like, holding her torso for pretty much the whole rest of the episode.
Yeah.
It's very fucked up. She dies in the process. What?
Well, I guess finish the synopsis and then we'll go over it.
Yeah, she dies in the process, making Kay snap out and attack the remaining statues. One alien manages to get him, burning an arm and a leg away. Sakurato rescues him, and after a successful retreat, Kay asks Kato to shoot him and end his misery. Yeah. The next episode, we go on with that one. But, yeah, what did you have to say about it?
This is, like, the only thing I could understand from the aliens. They were, like, said, like, do not approach the royal court or something like that.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, these aliens' animation looks really goofy to me. But,
it's because it is.
They're, like, just standing there and letting them get close to him and shit, and then after a while, they, like, I think the karate dude tries to attack him or some shit, and he knocks one of them down, and then fucking other one just pops out and fucking kicks his head almost all the way off.
Yeah, his neck's just, like, ripped in half, and his head's just, like, stretched out. Like,
dangling.
Yeah. In the synopsis this time, it didn't name all these people. Probably because everybody's gonna die every other episode. So,
yeah.
Like, they didn't even bother naming everybody. That's why I don't even remember these dudes' names. Episode 21, Brother, ? So, essentially, Kato shoots Kay's leg off to prevent the, like, acid to continue melting his arm away. So he just shoots the fucking thing off. Yeah, leg. Stopping the corrosion. But Kay is still immobile. The statue kills 3 more players. Sakurato stands by Kay and defends him, kicking the acid thrown by the alien back at it, burning half of its body. The statue kills Sakurato by shooting a laser beam through her tit, up and straight out her shoulder. It's pretty fucking gnarly.
Yeah, right through the heart.
Yeah. The statue kills Sakurato and goes after Kato, who steals one of the alien's swords and uses it to kill it. In one final move, the alien pierces Kato in the heart, while killing him. While Kato's little brother is out looking for him in the city, Kay is transported back into the room, crying for his lost friends. He scores only a measly 8 points, bringing his total up to 46. He leaves the room completely alone. Everybody dies but him. The 2 other main characters are now killed off, which I did not think they were going to do at all, because that, like, fucking never happens. So, That was pretty sweet, like, for something different. Yeah, this episode, everybody's getting fucked up. Everybody's getting fucked up.
There's the golden robe, thing has, like, a shit ton of arms, and one of the arms is this, like, circular thing. It looks like a clock. There's, like, a circular clock thing that, resets time. And whenever it gets damaged, it resets time back to whenever it comes back to life. I was wondering how they're going to deal with that. And they, like, accidentally deal with it whenever that chick kicks the acid out of its hand.
Yeah, it just melts away that side of it.
Yeah. She was talking about, like, some book and how they, the labyrinth or something. And,
yeah.
like, says, was it there's a way out of every labyrinth or something? She was, like, using that as, like, inspiration. And the prospect of going on the date with Kay. So she like, did she steal its sword, or it's like sword cuts her hair ribbon, and then it just lasers her through the heart after the acid, right?
Yeah, shoots her through the heart, fucking kills her. Kanto's going crazy, whips his ass, and then just like alien style fucking one last resort tail goes through fucking the heart, like the movie AVP. That kind of shit would happen, you know?
Yeah, see, this whole scene to me was like crazy, because like alien life absorbs the dude, and then like it's been emotionless like the whole time in its face essentially, and it just starts emoting like a human would, and it's talking in English, and it fused with this guy, I guess. Now he's going like power crazy, and for some reason he turns into a green bean monster with fucking 6 arms or some shit, and just starts walloping him. Then what you were saying happened. Were you kind of blindsided by this? Were you surprised when it started talking and shit?
I don't even remember it talking, truthfully.
Oh.
I just remember being like, oh my god, both of the main characters, well, 2 of the 3 main characters are fucking dead now. It's pretty fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
So, I thought that was pretty gnarly. Like I said, something different. Pretty insane. Episode 22, Don't Ever Say That Again. This is where we really heat up these last 5 episodes, 22 through 26.
Yeah.
This is where shit just kind of hits the fan with, like, all the crazy stuff. Let me see here. Let me grab a drink of this here beer real quick, you know.
Brr.
We have this beer, this Pabst Blue Ribbon. You know how we do it.
How you do it.
Legendary piss beer. Fuck you. Hey, man. It's the only one with a blue ribbon.
One of the best pig award.
I was just about to say, you know, the greatest swine beer. Episode 22, Don't Ever Say That Again. Having barely survived the last mission. Key. It fucking reads it as K-E-I. Key. It's fucking K. K is drawn back in a few weeks later. This time, the players are people who have all been either directly or indirectly involved in K's life. We see how they die and consequently end up in the room. Once there, they introduce themselves accordingly in an attempt to figure out what is going on. Gantz, however, decides to add a little twist to the game. The target to kill has been set as K himself. Yeah, nobody really, like, knows what to do. Because they won't listen to him, kinda, but, like, they do at the same time. Like, they don't believe him, but they listen to him. And
yeah, because like, it's insane. Like, the shit they have to do is insane. And the only reason why anyone has any inkling to believe him is because they all remember dying.
Yeah, which is, like, yeah, that's, like, the thing about this show is, yeah, they all wake up and what you think at the beginning of the show, you're going to think it's like purgatory, but it's like not, because they get to come back and live a normal life, but like they can still remember their deaths, so that's kind of weird. So, I don't know, the whole show is a mindfuck because of this entire thing, I feel like. But
yeah,
like, how would you feel if you remembered dying, but you weren't dead? You know what I mean? Like, how would you feel about that? You'd be like, what the fuck? I'm definitely in a dream. You know?
I can say this without spoiling anything, but there's a game where you are a you think you're a person, and then halfway through, you find out you you find out that you actually died from some disease, and you are a copy of you.
Oh, okay.
And like that's the big mind fuck in the game. And like,
it's just like the show.
I don't know how I'd feel about that, because it's like they always have that question about the teleporters in Star Trek where they like kill you and then make a copy of you, and it's like, I don't know. It'd be so fucked up. Because you would remember being dead, and then there's the question that, are you even you anymore?
Yeah, and I don't even think we got to that part. Kishimoto, when she died earlier, like she died, earlier, but like when she died near the beginning of the show, she slit her wrists in a bathtub, and that's how she died. But when they got out of the game and they were like ready to return to life, she comes back to the real world and she finds out that, like, she gets a phone call from her mom at her house. I think it's her mom or something. They're like, "Where are you?" It's like, "What do you mean? You're at the hospital. Who is this?" And like, there are copies of these people out there, which is strange. Yeah. Well, at least for her. So that's, I don't know, man. There's parts of the show that don't make sense. I feel like
hers was resuscitated. So that means that she didn't actually die, and so that means the real versions of them die, and they're copies of the dead people.
Wait.
That would have to be.
So, like, who's the real one? The one that went to the game, or the one that's
the one that died?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The one that died is the real one.
That's what I would think, too, you know? But yeah, that's why she stays with, Kay, because, I mean, how are you going to explain why there's two of you? You know? Like, it's like your life is over. It's like, but it's so weird, though, because they're so accepting of it. They don't really, like, they don't really, like, freak out over it. They're just like, okay, well, I'm going to go live with this other person now, and then we're just going to ignore it for the rest of the show. Like it never happened.
Just kind of fucked up because she has, like, no family or friends anymore. You know what I mean?
Right, like she had a sister and everything, too, I'm pretty sure. So they were like, what the fuck is... She was just like, what the fuck? Well, I'm going to go stay with somebody else then, and I don't have to go to school now because my copy's going to school, so... Hell yeah, I guess, but not really, this sucks.
Yeah, because he would... Like, she's essentially dead for real because she couldn't even talk to anybody in her old life.
Yeah, you might as well, you know, either start anew, but you're, like, pretty much dead to your old life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so, essentially...
I don't understand how Kay is, like, 15... in one of these episodes, it might be an episode or two from where we are, they say that he's 15, and they say he moved to go to school, and he lives on his own. I don't understand that at all.
Okay, so let's go with, like, this trope with anime. I can explain that just because it's a trope in anime. Every anime I have fucking ever watched, any slice of life, anything like, even this fucking show, it seems like anybody from, like, the age, I wouldn't say 15, but 16 and up, like, in every show, they're fucking living on their own. Or, like, their parents have gone on a vacation and just left them alone for a whole, like, year or so while they're just doing shit, which is the show. Like, you know, I never understood that entire thing.
They did this trope in TV shows, and they do it in anime a lot, where, like, your cousin comes to live with you for the fucking summer.
Yeah, and then, like, half the animes, they end up, like, fucking their cousin or some weird sexual thing with their cousin. Yeah. But it's still weird that it always happens. But,
This is a weird trope in anime. They had that Alpha Lead, they had that SOA.
They had it in Sword Art Online, where the one chick, liked Keely
SOA.
Tail. Yeah, it's pretty weird. And then there's did I say SOA? SAO? Sword Art Online.
Oh.
Yeah. Sword Art
yeah,
Online.
I said it right.
But yeah, that happens in Sword Art Online, and that's like a real big one. Like Sean was making fun of that one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also like here's another weird fucking concept, just off topic, and like the show I just watched, that Married but Not Lovers or whatever one. That entire show is based around the premise of, okay, we're in a high school. Part of your class is you have to live with somebody of the opposite sex that you're paired with in class, and they are your make-believe spouse. And you have to do good, or you will fail and not graduate. So
it's like the worst idea ever.
Yeah. So like
you want to up teen pregnancy?
Right. And there's like a camera in there that's just like, everything you do, we're going to either take away or give you points. And that's like the whole class. So like if you show a loving affection and understanding towards a mistake that you made, and then you're apologizing to your spouse and talking it out, that'll gain you points. Like anything you would do in an actual marriage gains you points. Or loses points, depending on how good or bad it goes. And that was the first thought, too, because it's right off the first episode. I was like, somebody's going to end up getting fucked. Like, somebody's going to end up fucking, and something weird's going to happen, and, like, none of that ever happens. It's just more of, like, romance. Like, because they're high schoolers, and they don't fucking...
I just need to give you the baby doll.
Yeah, the baby. But, like, it's just... They also make sure you understand in the show that these are high schoolers, and they're all nervous and have never really been in a real relationship before. So it's basically a bunch of horny teenagers not knowing what they want, but they're trying to get, like, with the person that they like. And that's the thing. After so long, you, like, get graded. And if you're an A rank, you can swap partners with people that agree with it. So that's the whole deal. Is the two main characters, the other two like sub main characters, they're paired up, and these two are paired up. So they make an agreement. Let's do good, make it to A rank. We both like those other two people that are paired up together. Let's get up to A rank with them, and we'll fucking swap out, and we'll have exactly who we want. But instead, they end up falling in love with each other. And then, like, I don't know. It's kind of like an open-ended story, but not really. But it's like one of those fucking things where no fucking ever happens. It's just more like, oh god, I'm nervous. Yeah, it's weird. But, like, again, 16-year-olds being forced to be, like, spouses for a fucking class. Like, anime is just weird. Like, for some reason, anime likes to revolve everything around, like, high school-aged people. For some reason.
I don't watch Slice of Life usually.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like ones where they're adults, but those ones aren't even like, they're not comedy slice of lives like I like. Those are like more dramatic and like very serious ones. Yeah. But those are also really good. But I just like comedy, and those usually lie in the ones with the high school people where they're like, oh, well, you gotta figure this out. And they try to figure it out, and it always ends up goofy as fuck.
I like my adventures and team stuff.
Yeah, I get it. But anyway, back to this. Episode 23, Kurano Alien. Okay, remember guys, this is where everything fucking kicks off insane. The group turns on K, suspecting him of being an alien that they must kill. The hobo hunters and I don't know how to fucking say this name, Yahara Yoshino, K's teacher, turn their guns on K, but he manages to escape with a gun. They all begin to hallucinate, seeing K as the person who killed them, or the person they most fear. Eventually, one of the players, bank worker Saito Nozomi, shoots at K, making him run away. They chase him throughout a building, eventually cornering him in a room. Kajimara Ryuji, the older hobo hunter, takes Kanda Mika, a friend of Kei, as a hostage and tries to get him to surrender. So this dude doesn't give a fuck. These hobo hunters are like super fucked up prick people. Like, again, takes the person hostage and's like, oh, come out. And my whole thought during this was, you're not, like, you're just my teacher. Like, how are you gonna force me to give up and die over my teacher who you're holding hostage, who you're probably not gonna shoot anyway because, that has nothing to do with this. They're just here in the room, same situation as you. I just didn't understand the whole thing with that.
He got boners for it all the time in school.
Yeah, the show did kick off. That was the first episode. I mean, she is hot. But, yeah, all that fucking shit happens. Kay's freaking out. Basically, it just turns into him versus the world. It's fucked up.
Yeah, they, what is it? They basically are planning to kill them from the get-go. Like, everybody. They start with Kay. Because he knows the most. And, everyone pretty much falls for their, like, they're playing it pretty smooth at the beginning. Yeah. And then, he takes that chick's hostage. Like, it seems like out of nowhere. Like,
it is.
I guess that dude has a short temper. They say he's like 28 or some shit.
Yeah. Him and the younger one, I'll get to his name in a bit. They're both just like, again, like I said, super pricks. They kill like hobos for fun and shit. But, the younger
just straight out of fucking Clockwork Orange. Like, they sing this like happy song while they fucking beat people to death with bats.
Yeah. Well, like, the whole thing with these two is they both, like, secretly hate each other for certain reasons, whatever reason it is. And one thinks he's smarter than the younger one thinks the older one thinks he's smarter than everybody else. The other one's just like, this younger dude's just fucking a psychopath, you know? So he's just like, I automatically don't trust you anyway, even though like I gang around with you all the time.
They start out as being like kind of comically evil, like,
yeah,
because they don't even like each other, but they're killing people together all the time. And it's like, and the kid is like manipulative evil. Like, he's always like, oh, I don't know what I was doing. He made me do it.
He does it like a billion times. Like, they're gonna believe him every fucking time.
Yeah.
Like he just like
a habit.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, we'll find this out coming forward. Episode 24, There's No Labyrinth I Can't Get Out Of. Kei saves Kanda from Ryuji, and they both run away. Later, she tells him that Sakurakura had given her a book, the one she told Kei that they would pick up together. She needs it back, as it means a lot to her, so Kei separates from her and runs back to the players. That starts to run on Ryuji and Moroto after they realize they are hobo killers. Kei jumps in while Ryuji takes Kei's teacher and flees. Furuta, the bookshop owner, gives Kei the book, and they go after the two men and their hostage. Kei's teacher badly wounding Ryuki in the process. Maruto then shoots Kei's teacher and escapes. Isn't that where she dies, right? Finally.
Yeah.
Okay. People get shot all the time and survive, so I just couldn't remember.
It starts off with like a standoff, whenever she escapes. I forget exactly how this goes. I think Kei, like, whips them with something with a bunch of tied together.
Oh yeah, he makes the fucking wet towel rat tail thing. He starts whipping people fucking with it and like fucking them up.
Yeah. And then dude fucking takes it from, or gets it from him somehow. And he just like completely fucking breaks character. And just fucking throws this bitch on the ground, just starts fucking whipping her. It's like, and laughing about it, like, maniacally the whole time. It's like, okay, dude, like, everybody knows you're a fucking sadistic psychopath right now.
Yeah. Like, she's just on the ground, and he starts beating her with this, like, crazy long fucking, like, you take a towel and make it wet. Well, he has, like, 12 towels tied together, and they're soaking wet, and I don't know why this was the pick, whoever made this show. Like, oh, let's just, remember that thing you used to do as kids? Whip each other with towels? Like, let's do that. Yeah. But we'll just beat people to death with it instead. I don't know, man. But it gets way more fucked up after that whenever it's used in this scene coming up.
There's something we also forgot to talk about, the how everybody dies. The chick that's keeps talking about her book gets, like, stabbed by a stalker. Gangster Naruto dude tries to save a kid from from a rushing river, and then, like, the mom is so distraught that she, like, forgets to pull the dude up, and he gets hit by a log and fucking just dies.
Yeah, that was weird.
Banker dude throws himself in front of a train. There's a running joke about how the bookstore owner keeps getting shoplifted from. He gets hit by a car.
Yeah.
That's what the fucking evil dudes are doing. After fucking getting off on beating the shit out of homeless people till they die, they tie women down and drug them and grape them and torture them and then kill them when they're done.
Oh, dude, I remember that. Yeah, you, like, find, like, this, like, they find, like, this fucking, like, cubby hole hidden away in the city, and they just have some chick, like, tied down where they raped her and, like, or killed her. I don't know if they raped her. They just had her shirt pulled up and, like, killed her. I don't know. It was weird.
It was implied. They were drugging her and they were talking about getting rid of her.
Yeah.
And then, like, these gangster dudes fucking break in and fucking shoot him in the face. Chase him down. Blast him in the face.
Get what you fucking deserve! And then now they're back. Yeah. This next one, I read through the last 2 episodes here while you were talking. I don't know if it pulls it up, if they're talking about what I'm thinking about, but I think the most fucked up one, it's basically a Punisher death, but I'll get to it here in a second. Episode 25, Let's Go Back Alive. The remaining Gantz players head off in pursuit of Maroto and Ryuji, and all are taken out one by Maroto and Ryuji. Furuta tries to reason with Maroto, but he tricks him and ends up killing Saito and badly wounding Mizaki. Right there, it's this... Is he the bank dude, the bald one that's like, don't kill him, he's a kid? And they,
that's
the
book owner.
Yeah, he tricks him, like, fucking 50 fucking times in the past 2 episodes, where he's like, I'm crazy! Yeah. Oh, don't hurt me, I'm a kid! The older one made me do it! Ha, gotcha! Like, he does this so many fucking times, and for some reason, everybody in the show just keeps, like, not shooting him.
Yeah, dude fucking...
So many opportunities to kill him. Like, so many. I hate that.
Yeah.
Dude,
fucking, they, like, walk into a room and they're getting ready to fucking go fight him. Bookstore owner dude's like, just give me one more chance to reason with him. You know, like, that's a stupid idea, but whatever. He's going to at least draw the ambush.
Right.
Turns out the ambush is in the big room, not down the hallway. They tricked him to go down the hallway because teacher, before she got shot to death, cut the dude's forehead open and they've been following the blood trail. And he fucking double-backed and is hiding in this fucking, like, ceiling thing, this rounded out part of the ceiling, and he starts shooting them, and then, the little dude comes up and starts shooting him with a gun, and bookstore owner finds out, comes back, talks the kid out of it, gives him the gun, and then he uses his fucking shoulder as a fucking brace for a rocket launcher and kills. I think the show started to get tame. Like with the teacher, it didn't show to get chunked like it was showing other people. And then dude gets shot with a rocket launcher and a piece of shrapnel hits him in the throat.
Yeah, one by one they die. Miyazaki is shot and killed by Ryuji, and Furuta is killed with an explosive from Maroto. Ryuji has strapped explosives to himself and detonates them, trying to take Kei with him. Ryuji dies, but the fate of Kei is left unknown. This is where, when they follow him, this is where, like Mike was saying, Ryuji runs off because fucking he got his forehead slit open by the fucking crazy kid, right? The crazy fucking kid sliced him, correct?
No, the teacher did.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, he's talking shit about the younger kid the entire time because he's like, that dude's such a little prick. When I get my hands on him, I'm gonna fucking kill him. And he's like getting crazier and crazier, and he has like a bomb vest strapped to him somehow all of a sudden, and just, pulls the pin and tries to blow everybody up. Or at least Kei. And it didn't work out that way.
So that's when my favorite character, Gangster Naruto, gets shot to death. And
oh, the yellow-headed dude? I fucking love that guy. Yeah, he shoots him up. That dude's awesome.
Yeah. And that's when it's revealed that like they were all at the station watching him and Kaito when they saved the homeless guy, and they just watched him die. And then
at the beginning,
they're pretty much saying like, "Oh, this might have been revealed later." Actually, well, he hints at it, and then later on they bring up how like the last person brings up how like at least they got to do the right thing this time.
Yeah, there is a death that the synopsis don't bring up, which I thought was like pretty fucked up. So the chick, he like fucks her up, the school teacher, and the bookstore owner as well, fucks those two up, puts them on the ground, and he ties up the one dude and shoves a grenade in his mouth, and then ties a line to the pin and ties it to the chick, and then starts beating the chick while she's on the ground with that rat tail thing. And if she moves and struggles too much, obviously she's going to pull the pin out of his mouth, and eventually she does struggle too much, and like half his body's like fucking blown off. And then she dies too, not like in that, just like a little bit after that, just like fucking dies. I'm pretty sure, right? Nobody actually
kills her. That's not how I read the situation. I
forget how exactly she dies. I just know she accidentally pulled that pin and blew that dude in half because of it.
I don't think that's what happened. I think what happened is that he ties the wire with the pin around her throat, and so she can't even scream too loud, and he just whips the shit out of her. And the bookstore owner's watching this, and he got like duped again, because he was going to shoot the dude, but he had to have his speech towards him, and then he like pulled out a gun and shot his arms to his shoulders to where he can't move his arms. And so the bookstore owner's just watching it, and I think everything's starting to hit him, and he realizes he's wrong, and he's like, I can't watch this anymore. And like,
I didn't remember exactly how it happened. It's kind of foggy on my end. Yeah. But like, like I said, like a lot of shit happened in these past 4 episodes. It's hard to remember everything.
They showed the aftermath of that, and he blows off the young dude, the young hobo hunter's face after it.
Yeah, who blew it off? Was it Kei, right? Yeah?
No, it was the grenade whenever the bookstore owner pulled the pin.
I thought it was like, it fucked him up, and then what I was thinking of just now was, remember that weird, like, fire that shot out of that door, and, like, they thought, like, Kei thought it was burning him to death. He's like, and he jumps out and, like, fucks him up. He's like, these suits are awesome! So they're, like, battling it out. Yeah. Kay survives the explosion and leaves to find whoever is left. This is where all this shit goes on. Kay survives the explosion. Episode 26, Please Live, the final episode. Kay survives the explosion and leaves to find whoever is left. Moroto shoots Kanda and faces off Kay for a final battle, in which Moroto's past is revealed as one of abuse, where he basically sits there. There's way more to this, but explain this part real quick. The kid is like randomly breaking down, and he's like, "You didn't know what it was like to grow up with a father that just constantly beats you. And then I told my mom the only person that could protect me, and she beat me too," or the other way around, or some shit like that.
Yeah. He was like, your mom's such a nice person that she wouldn't do that to you. And then, like, he told him that his dad beats him and breaks, like, 15 bones in his body or some shit.
Yeah.
Kay's just, like, sick of it. And he's like, fuck you, dude. That's not an excuse for you to hurt people.
Yeah, instead of killing him, Kay transports him out of the area. He shoots him with the fucking trap gun. There's a trap gun in this. I don't know if we brought that up before, but you can kill the alien or you can shoot said alien or person with this trap gun. It wraps around them and then they're like just sent up into the sky. But he does that.
Teleporting out or some shit.
Yeah, he does that to him, and gets a vision of the train station where he and Kato died. The train speeds towards him, while his recently deceased friends cheer him on. He tries to outrun it like he did before, but stops and realizes he has been given a choice. He chooses to live. He turns around, points a finger in the shape of a gun at the train, and shouts, "Bang!" Gantz disappears, the ball disappears and everything out of the room, and it is unknown whether Kay lives or not. After the credits, we see a train speeding through the empty station with no one in sight.
This is where the movie starts off, I think.
Really? Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely have to watch that at some point.
Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, whenever dude before the older hobo hunter, whenever he's all fucking crazy, he's got like one arm. And for some reason, there's like these veins popping out of his head, like in unnatural places, and it never really explains what's going on there.
I think it was because of the food he was eating. He was like, "Look at all this food," and as he was eating it, he looked like he was getting like in worse and worse shape.
Okay.
I think the food and some kind of like poison. I don't fucking know.
And when the dude just walks at Kay, and Kay just fucking trying to figure out what's right, and he's like, has this like mental fight in his head, and he just ends on, "I'm gonna run at him with all my might," screaming, and then just fucking, he punts him. He's like drop kicks him. Fucking, it's hilarious.
Doesn't he kick him through the wall and he explodes, and that's why
he
survived?
Kicks him through the wall, and he thinks the explosion's big enough to do something, which the explosion is fucking ginormous.
Yeah. I don't usually like open-ended shit like this, like where it's just left for whatever you believe. But I will say this final episode where all this shit happens, where he turns around like he's in the train station.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is intense.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was wild. I was like, "Oh, dude, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?" And then, like, it just fades to black, essentially. It might as well just fade to black.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A little deeper than that. Yeah, I want to watch the movie with it fresh in my mind, so probably going to go find it soon and watch it.
Isn't it on Crunchyroll? Or no?
I think it's on Prime, maybe.
Well, I have Prime as well, so we'll have access to it. But that is Gantz, part 2, final part of Gantz, other than the movie that we are definitely going to do, because I have to watch that movie now. Because you saying that's where the movie starts off at, now definitely I have to see it. So, but yeah. That was a great show. Coming up next, we're going to be doing Overlord 2 for the game, and the anime I have not decided yet. So I will leave it open-ended, how I don't like to leave things.
Oh no.
Alright, everybody, we'll see you fucking next time.
Adios, muchachos. Oh wait, no.
What?
Intro. Felix.
Oh, on the anime intro?
Yes.
I don't know. Just seems like kind of like your classic old anime intro, where nothing makes sense and shit's happening and little sparks here and there, and that's about it.
The
song's good though.
To me, the original like anime that I watched like religiously, or at least a shit ton, would have been Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Z notoriously has one of the best intros, so I always want to bring it up because it's important.
What's the intro?
For Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah. I don't remember.
The American Dragon Ball Z intro with the fucking badass guitar riff off the dragon.
Oh, yeah! Okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty sick. You know what's hilarious, though? I started watching Dragon Ball GT, and the intro, the lyrics start off like something along the lines of this. I don't know where you are, but I will find you, my sweet baby. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm talking about Dragon Ball Z here. What is this, a love song?
I did everything wrong.
It was very strange. I do like the outro a lot more for Gantz than I do the intro, though. Very relaxing, random ass music.
Makes me think like Inuyasha.
Yeah, essentially. Dude, why aren't we watching Inuyasha for the show? We gotta do that at some point. All of us.
Okay.
But we ain't gonna go episode by episode. We just gonna talk about the show. There's too many episodes.
I'd probably do that now. I have no idea what order Inuyasha should be in. But this is too much inside baseball.
Exactly.
Let's say goodbye. Adios, muchachos.
Later.